but that's a great way to get a customer. People pay you around $500 for that type of service. Hey everybody, this is Nick, and in this video, I'm gonna show you not only how I landed a $1,500 per month recurring client, but also how I lost that very client. And I'm going to give you some examples of how I should have seen it coming, how you can avoid the same thing. And I also recorded the initial sales call with the customer that I'm going to play for you at the end of this video after I break down everything for you. So you're gonna wanna watch the whole thing. Smash that like button if you like the real world strategy that I share at this channel. Subscribe, let me know in the comments below that you subscribe so I can continue to grow this channel, and I will respond to you in the comments below because I love to welcome every single person that comes to my channel. So let's get into it. So as I said, I lost my client, right? This guy came in, he was a water damage client. He repairs water restoration or water damage in houses, and it's called a emergency service, right? That's what it's considered, at least in Google, because if someone has an emergency, they call this type of customer. He has very high ticket product. An average water damage job could cost anywhere from $3,000 to 10 to 20. So it's a lot. And for that reason, Google puts a very high price point on the cost per click for any of their ads that they show online. This customer generally would be great for somebody who wants to run ads for them because they have the ability to grab people that are in an emergency state and convert them into somebody that you could potentially help. I got this client. I actually ran ads for them for 2 months. It was probably not the right thing to do. We made about $3,000, I think, in the 2 months that we worked with them. And I saw some red flags. And I wanted to share my thinking with you before. And I'm gonna share the recording of the actual sales call with the customer as soon as I get through these slides and break this down for you. So it's gonna be a really informative video and you're gonna get a lot out of it. So some of the red flags. When you're looking to bring on customers in your business, if the prospect is a struggling business, I've found this to be very difficult to fulfill for, to deliver promise on whatever you're doing for them, because they are relying on you to basically save their business, right? You have customers that come in and they're like, we need to make $2,000 a month or we're gonna have to shut down, we're gonna have to go to a new location. That's generally not somebody that you wanna be working with. And in this case, I could kind of sense that. There was a sense of urgency on getting these ads on. And when I go through the call at the end of this video, you're gonna see what I mean. But I should have noticed that right then and there, right? Because marketing really works for people that have some traction, at least pay-per-click advertising, right? Because you got to pay to play. If they don't have a steady flow of cash coming in, it's going to be really difficult for them to run ads, especially in the beginning portion of the ad campaign where you gather data and you test and you see what's working. Not always are you faced with a situation where you hit the ground running and you run successful ad campaigns right out of the gate. Oftentimes we are able to do that with our customers, but not always, right? You have to test landing pages, ad copy, all sorts of things can go wrong. And if they are a struggling business and they're putting all the money they have to make that first month really go and work, then chances are you're gonna lose them as a client. So you have to be aware of that. And you don't want that to be something that you ignore, right? If you're gonna take on a customer, they have to be a healthy business. Somebody that doesn't need a lifeline. I put that there because, and especially this is for running ads, pay-per-click. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, running ads on all those, same thing. Running ads on Google AdWords, same thing. If they're doing things for themselves like SEO, then they're doing it themselves, right? But they don't need any money. They just put the sweat equity into building something like that for their business. So I should have saw that coming. The other red flag that I got was lots of phone calls and emails from this guy. So I would get phone calls and emails basically every other day. Well, maybe even twice a day, 3 times a day. And what I should have saw in that is that just another kind of shoulder red flag into seeing that it was a struggling business. Healthy businesses, they want to pay you, let you do your job because you're the expert, and then you produce the results and they leave you alone, right? They're not trying to get a deal on whatever you're doing and see that deal to every single last dollar that they're investing because that's all the money they have and they need to see it through. Usually when you have somebody that's like, and this is just my experience, you might have different feelings. Let me know in the comments below if you agree to this, because I think you will. You know, people that are looking for deals all the time, they're usually the worst customers because they're always trying to make their budget go as far as they possibly can, meaning micromanaging, looking over your shoulder and giving you some advice, even though you're the expert and they hired you in the first place. Let me know if you can relate to that. Give me a like if you can relate to that. To all my freelancers, entrepreneurs out there that know what I'm talking about, because I know you can. We got started. One of the things that we did initially for this guy is we told him that we would need a 2-month minimum commitment from him in order to see what worked. And then if it didn't work, then obviously we're not going to continue to run ads. So that's what we did. I didn't want him to start running the ads only after a month and then run away. That's not a good practice either. You need to have somebody that's willing to get past that level, that initial level where you're testing and seeing what works, because oftentimes when you don't get things right out of the gate and people leave, like, you could have got it right the next time around, because now you have information, now you have data, now you know, like, okay, people are clicking on the ads, but when they get to the sales page, they're not doing anything. Well, then you know that your sales page needs to be doing a better job to convert that traffic, right? But you couldn't get to that information until you went through that process and spent some money to figure out what the data tells you. So 2 months is what we required of him. We did some basic edits on his website, which he didn't even pay us for, but just to kind of tweak what he already had going. It was really kind of like polishing a turd because his website was not good. You know, I didn't want to spend tons of time on this thing because we weren't getting paid for it. But anyway, I did it. I spent a little bit of time. So we did our best. We started running ads, and that leads me to wanting to tell you how we started to communicate with them. You know, basically we said that our advertising is recording, it's live. At this point, we are 5 days away from our second month of advertising with you. You seem to be unhappy with the performance of the campaign, because he was calling me saying, hey, I haven't gotten any calls. At this point, he's not getting any calls, but it's because the data told us that the traffic was working, the ads were working, people were clicking the ads, they're going to his page, and they weren't checking out his products, they weren't calling him. So his website was not doing a very good job of converting that traffic. We also identified that his market became completely saturated. Like, there were so many other water restoration businesses out there trying to compete for these keywords. It was like $50 per click, somewhere between $20 and $50 per click to actually get a click from somebody when showing our ads. So even with like a $500 or a $750 ad budget, I mean, there was only a handful of clicks we could get each month. We only ran it for 2 months. So it was really difficult to see where the holes in his marketing or his website or his landing page or the ads were coming from with just such a little amount of data. And just to give you a better point of reference, like $750 in other industries, like being a private chef or car rental or whatever, that will get you hundreds of clicks. This 20 clicks, something like that. It's crazy. You know, in this email, I just wanted to show you how we started to kind of put the feelers out there that, hey, this isn't really working out. At the bottom of it, you can see that I said, hey, we don't lock you into a contract. If you want to cancel before your next rebuild, let us know. And if not, we can continue to run ads and see how things improve. And I think that when I was first getting started, I got this part wrong. I got this part wrong because I felt like if I didn't produce the results I was looking for, it was my fault. But there are situations when it is not your fault. And you need to be aware of those situations when they're not your fault. And you need to be able to communicate to your customers effectively when that happens. And when it's not your fault is when they have a website they want to run traffic to, and they don't want to pay you to change that website, or they're not willing to change that website, and the website does not convert traffic into customers, but they want you to run the ads. That's not your fault. Give me a like if you have come into that scenario before, because I'm sure a lot of you have. Anyway, in 2 months, we tried our best. I started to tell him about it, that it wasn't working very well. Again, very saturated market, high cost per click, $25 to $50. That's when I decided to kind of let this client go. And I wanted to share this with you because you never want to end a relationship with a customer, especially if you live on a small island like me, on a bad note. You want to, exit with being a professional, exit with grace. That's what I put here at the top of the page. I basically said, like, look, we were able to track these clicks to your website, all these impressions. People called your number, but you're saying you didn't get any customers. Among the top keywords that we were ranking for were the ones that, he wanted: water removal, mold removal, water damage. And I said, although we were able to drive traffic and clicks, you reported no phone calls from clients. So as of right now, I would suggest we hold off running these ads any further and cancel your ongoing invoice. In order to play in this market space, we need to have a larger ad spend and a proper landing page to test and find a working model. Please let me know if you have any questions. So he understood what I was saying, and he didn't fight me back. I've had people, get pissed sometimes, like, oh, I paid you this money and, you didn't produce me any results. This is why we do not guarantee anything in marketing. We say, hey, look, we're going to run this for you. And, we're professionals. We know what works, but there are some things that are beyond our control. And sometimes things like this, we identify that you have other areas of your business that need help, in order to make the marketing go further. So in those cases and reasons for those variables, we don't guarantee that people are going to be number one in Google in 6 months when we do SEO, because Google might not rank their website for whatever reason. But because we know how to do SEO, we do tell them we're going to do everything that we have done to rank many other businesses to number one in the past to their website. But there could just be a reason that their website is not ranked in the top of Google because whatever, maybe it's slow. Maybe their website is slow loading. That's a huge foot in the door opportunity for you. Like if you can find businesses that have a slow loading website and you can offer to fix that slow loading website. I actually don't fix those websites. I have somebody else do it, but that's a great way to get a customer. People pay you around $500 for that type of service. And actually I'm gonna include a link to a free mini course on that foot in the door strategy where I break down exactly how I find businesses with slow loading websites. Totally free. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay anything to find those businesses. And I show you in that mini course how you can get paid to find those businesses. So check that out. Link in the description on the site speed optimization. Now I'm going to play the original sales call and get your thoughts on it. I hope you get some value out of it. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel. You're now going to hear me speak with a customer, talk about the sale, close the sale, hear their objections, all those things that I think are so valuable to anybody who's just getting started, never heard a sales call, never been on a sales call, looking to grow and build their business with the digital marketing world. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any of them. And I hope you guys enjoy this value-packed video.
How can I help you?
Hey, it's Nick Ponte from Nick Ponte Marketing.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Awesome. You restoring some water damage right now?
No. I mean, that's what we do, but for some reason, everything went dead about 3 weeks ago, and I'm really tripping out. And It's been like this in about 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, I'm tripping out big time. I need all my SEO stuff. I mean, I need to get it on steroids.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point right now, I don't mind spending $15 to $2,000 a month. You know what I mean? As long as I'm getting these jobs in, because I've been depending on my plumbers, right?
Right.
And they're just not producing.
Yeah.
So, and you can see my site, it's really weak. It needs to be, Tom did that site probably 7 years ago.
Right.
Right. So it just needs to be updated. He's a good guy, and he's trying to make another one right now, but I don't know. What do you think about it?
Thanks for filling out the discovery form. I was able to, get that information, do some analysis, look at your site, look at your presence in general. Well, two things, right? SEO, you mentioned SEO, search engine optimization. That's kind of an ongoing thing, right? And that's kind of a long-term marketing strategy, as it takes some time to actually implement and see results. But, you're building an asset for your business, and, ranking on the first page of Google is extremely important, but it's not going to bring in leads tonight. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So with that being said, as you know, running paid advertising will be able to bring leads much more quickly, but when you turn the ads off, the ads are gone, right? And if you contrast that to SEO, what I'm really trying to say is you kind of do want to have a blended approach, right? You want to have your site start to rank while you're doing some ads. I mean, that's really the sweet spot, but not everybody can do that all at the same time.
Sure.
And to get your site to start to rank in search engines, it is going to need to be redesigned, and that was going to be the first thing I recommended, to build it in something like WordPress. I spoke with Tom. He said that is actually almost done, so that would be great to have that up and running soon. Really it just comes down to whatever you're what you want to do. If you want to just run paid ads, we can take that over and run a much more targeted, professional paid advertising campaign than you have right now. We'd be able to grab more of that market share, and we could also run those to your existing website. If you want, we can, once the new site comes out, obviously we just run the ads to the new site.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I can handle that. But I knew I was ranked. It's so funny. I think it went off for a month. Is that a problem when when you're doing the AdWords and stuff? You kind of take a break for a month? Because I was up at the top of the list before, and then all of a sudden it dropped down. Does that have anything to do with it?
Like just for the ads?
Yeah, AdWords. Yeah.
Well, when you, from what I gathered, you guys have run a real basic AdWords campaign for a long time now. What we would be doing is something like, we'd be doing monthly management, where we're going in, we're seeing which ones are getting results, we're making changes, we're removing the keywords that people, it's over time. If you just set and forget, you have competition come in and, start to outrank you even in the ads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened because all those ads that are coming up first are they're paid by click kind of thing. They're paid by per lead.
Yeah,
those are all lead companies that are in there.
Yeah,
they're not the restoration companies.
Yeah, so they're doing lead gen and they're selling the leads to the actual restoration companies because it's a high ticket thing. That's why people love to get into that type of lead gen marketing business because I can charge $50 per lead for water gen or whatever, or lead gen, or water damage, water gen.
Well, I mean, our average water damage, it's usually around $4,000 to $7,000. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I don't mind. I don't mind paying the $500, per lead.
Yeah.
And I've done that before, and I mean, got some really good jobs out of it. And they sometimes they charge you, they charge you if the phone call didn't go through or something like that. You know what I mean? And then it became a hassle.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of strayed away. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm down to do what you're talking about. How do we get started here?
Do you want to go the blended route, or you just want to do the paid ads?
Well, which one do you think is good for right now? I mean, what's going to have the best results? And then once flow starts to come in, I want to do the whole 9 yards. I want this thing on steroids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you're trying to get money in the more near term, then the paid ads are the way that you want to go. And if you want to use that to build your capital so you can have a steady stream of revenue coming in and then branch out into doing things like SEO, but also, retargeting on social media, like there are other things that we can do that, help drive business.
I'm definitely down for that. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, yeah.
If we can start with the first part, and then maybe in a month and a half, 2 months here, because honestly, if what you're doing can get me at least 1 or 2 jobs a month, that totally pays for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have no problem spending the money on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dropping 20% of a job to make sure that I'm up there. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, what I propose is we just start to create a custom advertising campaign for you, track it really well. We can, like I said, start using your existing website, and once the new site comes up, we can just start using the new website. If that's good with you, then we'll move forward with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that then.
Okay. Yeah. So the way that it works is basically our management fee is whatever you're spending in ad spend. So if you're spending $750 a month, our management fee is $750. The setup fee for the initial month, which is just one time, is $250. Other than that, we're gonna take care of everything, set it all up for you, and manage it all. And what you can expect is a report each month that will tell you all of the analytics, breaking down how many people have seen your ad, how many people clicked your ad, how many leads you've got to your contact forms, your phone. We even
awesome.
Yeah,
perfect.
And you're gonna know every time you get a lead from your ads, because when you get the phone call, it's going to say this is a call from Google, and that's actually a call from us. So that's how you know. Every time you hear that, you'll be like, oh, my marketing.
That's awesome. See, I can totally track what's going on, what's coming in from other places, and what you guys are doing. That's great. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Okay, let's just go ahead and do that then. Let's get this going then.
Okay, so I will shoot you an invoice.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot you a follow-up email too. I'm going to need a couple things. I might be able to get most of it from Tom. I probably will be able to get most of it from Tom. The base, the minimum that we manage is $500 per month in ad spend, so that turns out to $1,000. 500 of that, as you know, goes to Google directly. We only get the other 500. But if you can do $750, just because your cost per click is high, I would give it a go. But if not, no worries. We can start out with $500 a month.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm willing to try anything right now at this point. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. So
okay. Yeah, and just so you know, like, our whole goal with the advertising is, like, it's our job to make, like, we want it to be successful, right? We're not trying to get $750 from you for the first month and, like, walk away, right? Like, it's in our best interest to make sure you more than break even every month so you can continue to pay us. We want the long-term relationship. We're not trying to do, like, a one-and-done thing. It's no point for us.
I appreciate that. Have you ever worked on restoration companies before at all, or?
I haven't done any pay-per-click advertising campaigns for it, but it has all of the awesome marketing things that you could ever need to be successful. Obviously it's an emergency service. Time is of the essence. People need you.
Yeah.
As long as there are people out there looking for it, we got this.
Okay, I'm sure you can probably figure it out, get this thing rocking and rolling.
Yeah, of course.
So, and then how long do you take to get this thing, implemented with the existing website?
So we can get it up and going pretty quick. I just need to set up the ads, the tracking, all those things. I would say in about 5 days, but it's probably about less, provided I get everything set up correctly and have all the access I need to the website and all that stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So what I will do is I'll bill you I'll send you an invoice for the first month, and then we won't actually like go live with the ad spend until we're ready, and then that's when our 30-day period will start, right? So,
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get with Tom, get some more information from him, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, I appreciate your help.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm always. Yeah, of course. I'm always around. The email I follow up with you. Also, I'm gonna have my project manager on there, another member of our team. So like, I'm always around, of course, but we're all around. So I want you to make sure you know that you have like a team behind you doing this.
Yeah, that's what Tom was telling me. That's why I was kind of excited that you guys, as much as you run the show, it's like you got people that are actually helping me out, and knocking on doors here for me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. All right, well, send me over your invoice, and I'll you guys take American Express?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I'll do then. I'll set you up on that, and you guys can bill that directly, I guess, as we go. Then.
Yeah, when I send you the invoice, it'll allow you to check a box that says "Save the card on file," and that's the way we'll do it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. All right. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was probably one of the easiest sales you could ever have, right? I don't really think there's too much to add. So now my follow-up is going to be that I'm going to send, and this is for everybody that's listening, I hung up the phone. I'm going to send follow-up. I'm going to send them the invoice. I'm going to include everybody on my team in the email to that, and that's my project manager who sends the reporting each month and also the point of contact with the client. I'm also going to send this to the guy that's managing the AdWords campaign. We're going to get them set up as well. So that way it's just like a handoff, like I'm going to set all this up, give it to the team. They're going to get paid. I'm going to get paid. And we got the money coming in and we got the projects and the results going out. So awesome thing to have a team and build a system, right?